We started a ministry 15 years ago called the Exodus Mandate Project. It's a Christian ministry with the purpose of getting Christian families out of the public school system into one of the homeschool or Christian school model, and particularly concentrate the K through 12 level. And it's also our dream and hope that a fresh obedience by Christian families in educating their children according to biblical commands will prove to be key for the revival of our families, our churches, and our culture. Next slide. I've been privileged in the 15 years we've been doing this. This is the strongest thing that we've been involved in, and I'm the executive producer of the indoctrination movie. We do have copies on the back table. We're asking for a $20 donation. We have other materials there, a book, but all the literature is free, and we hope you'll take advantage of it. And if you're not on our mailing list, we'd like you to sign up and get on our mailing list. The indoctrination movie's been out about 18 months, and we've sold about 40,000 all over the nation, and it's doing extremely well. Won first place in the documentary category at the 2012 San Antonio Independent Christian Film Festival. It was runner-up to Courageous as the #1 Christian movie, of 2011. And we're having a lot of success with it. We know that people are using it all over the country, and they are leading the public schools. As a result of our movie, we believe, along with other issues. Next slide. These are the objectives of the movie. Is that the right one? Okay. It's first of all, we created it to help extract Christian children and families from the K-12 government school system. We do have good evidence that is working. I've been attending a lot of homeschool conventions the last year and a half, and a lot of people come to my table or my booth and tell me they're using the movie successfully, and they are getting people out of the public school system. Let me give you one illustration, and this is typical of many hundreds that we have. Had a young sergeant in the Air Force come by my booth when I was in the Nashville homeschool convention, and he already had the movie. It was showing it around his church and hometown. He's a member of the Air Force at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio. And he's in a little small independent Bible church where most of the family is homeschooled, including the pastor and his wife. The pastor is bivocational, and which means he has to have another job. The church is not quite strong enough financially to support him. So he works a second job. And his wife is a stay-home mom. But they were becoming a little discouraged. The children had reached middle school age, and the pastor and his wife had said they were going to put them back in public school. So the sergeant, who's a member of the congregation, showed the movie to the pastor and his wife, and she began to weep in the showing of the movie. She said, "We can't do it. We can't go back. We're going to have to stay with it. God will provide." And so they elected not to put them back in public school. And I said, "Wow, that's a wonderful story." And I said, "You saved your pastor's children." And we have many such stories as that. And this would be an example, I think, of immunizing. We're finding that, in the second item on the chart here, is that we are finding a lot of families are giving up, and there's attrition in our movement. About 25% attrition, where families are giving up and going back in to state education. And we feel that the movie can help prevent that, and gives them courage and strength to carry on. And then thirdly, we have it to show pastors what they can do to save their congregations. Unfortunately, because there are so many public school families in a lot of our evangelical churches, the pastors are afraid to address the issue publicly. Next slide. We have a unique opportunity in time because public schooling has the lowest approval rating that it's had in about 30 or 40 years of polling the question, do you support public education? Starting in 1973, Gallup organization began to ask this question. And in last year, June of 2012, only 29% public education, down from 58% in 1973 and 35% just a year earlier. This shows that public school confidence is at an all-time low. 30% of all Americans either oppose public education like me or have real strong doubts and reservations about public education, with 40% of the public in the middle, either mildly supportive or have no opinion. We started the Revolutionary War and won our independence with only 15% of the population really being in favor of independence when it started. So we believe we have a unique opportunity to change the whole situation. But unfortunately, I have to fight the left and the right on this question. Many conservatives are still clinging to public schools, trying to fix the system. It can't be done. Please, I'm begging you, don't try to fix public education. I had someone come up to me just a few minutes ago, and I'm trying to put them on the spot, but want to know, why don't we deal with Common Core? Well, the movie that came out before the Common Core issue emerged as a major issue for conservatives. I am unalterably opposed to Common Core, but Common Core is not new. The public school system started as a Common Core agenda, and we have won one of the conservative public school reform battles that we've been fighting in the last 30 or 40 years. And I think it's time to give it up and quit trying to fix that system. The best way to defeat Common Core is to abolish public education and go strictly to a private system. Next slide. We have a lot of testing, the Pierce test. Sir, you're going to have to do a better job keeping up with my lecture. My corresponding, I can't see so you're about 2 slides off. All right. This generally is a summary of where we stand. About 1/3 of the public are ready, generally 25 to 30%, to jettison the model, the public school state education model. About 1/3 want to fix the system, and most of those are people like us who are still hanging on to the system. And then about 1/3 of the hardcore left, politically correct crowd, and the worse the public school system becomes, and the more harmful to our children, the better they like it. And they're a minority now. If we could get group 1 and 2 together, we could win this fight. All right, next slide. We have a lot of testing of the worldview of Christian conservative children showing that we're losing our generation. This is why we're losing the battle back on same-sex marriage. I mean, you look at the youth, the under 30 crowd, and all of them, even among Christians and conservative kids, agree that same-sex marriage is fine. How can that be? Well, it's because your children, many of you, or some of you, have put your children in public education, and they're being brainwashed and converted right under your nose. So we've got to change that. Okay, next slide. All right, this just shows where the testing is, and you see the red homeschool kids. 50% or 60% on this Pierce test is a pretty good score. Normally 70% is very passive, but right now 50 to 60% puts a worldview exam, what we call a moderate Christian category. But you can see the public school children are scoring in the low teens. And these are Christian children, mostly from evangelical families. Next slide. This, the public school system, and we show this in our movie, is a 150, 160-year-old experiment in education. We did not have state-run public schools in the United States till the 1830s and 1840s. Most Americans do not know that. In the 1840s, the Unitarians and Socialists in Boston and Massachusetts organized the state system for the first time, and that was where we began to get state-run, state-controlled public education. And this is the comment from the leading theologian, Protestant theologian in America at this particular time, A.A. Hodge. And he said, "I am as sure as I am of the fact of Christ's reign, that a comprehensive and centralized system of national education, separated from religion, as is now commonly proposed, will prove the most appalling engine for the propagation of anti-Christian atheistic unbelief which this sin-rent world has ever seen. That was said in 1887. So you see that the system that we have today was becoming dominant, and really became dominant and controlling in America by the turn of the 20th century. Okay, flip over to the next, go past the next one. All right, I don't want to take time on that, go past that. All right, this is a quote from Paul Weyrich. Many of you don't know who he is, but he was the father, the guru for the conservative Christian right and the conservative movement. He was a man that Jerry Falwell, Pat Robertson, and James Dobson looked up to. He gave the name to Jerry Falwell for the moral majority. He's one of the great political strategists in our movement. He passed away about 5 years ago. Before he died, I had a brief conversation with him, and this is what he said. Christians and conservatives chose politics as the principal means to win the culture. But the left captured the media, the arts, the universities, the public schools, government courts, and all culture-shaping institutions. Next slide, please. So when conservatives and Christians win elections, the left still wins because they control the culture. Here's the operative term, or the most important term. Culture always trumps politics. Culture is upstream from politics, and religion is upstream from culture. So we spend all of our time fighting the political battle when it's a done deal. I had experience years ago when I was early in my military career. I was a West Point recruiter in Indiana in a reserve capacity, and I was fighting against women entering West Point in 1975. That doesn't sound like a bad idea today, but in those days it was a radical left idea. And my colonel kind of chided me one day. He was sympathetic to what I was doing. He said, "Lieutenant," just shaking his head, "you're behind the power curve on that." He said, "That's been on the books for 10 years at the Pentagon, and here you run out and try to fight it when it's a done deal." And that's the way we operate. We're kind of like the Roadrunner and the Wile E. Coyote. Any of you old enough to remember the theater with the Wile E. Coyote, always trying to get the Roadrunner, and the boulder or the animal was following every time. And the conservatives are like that. We don't fight smart. They outsmart us at every turn. And we can get them behind the power curve on education, and we'll get smart. And Paul said, you're doing the right thing by helping families and churches choose Christian or homeschool. And this is the father of Christian conservative political activity in America. Next slide. These are just some of the things that we've done with the movie. Over 40,000 have been sold and distributed in the last year and a half. And I mentioned already we won awards. There's a companion book with the same title called Indoctrination. It's been out about 6 months. And it basically has everybody in the movie. It's got a chapter in the book. Next slide. We've got synergy with the left on this issue. Generally, okay, next slide. Everybody agrees, conservative, liberal, Christian, non-Christian, that the public school system is failing. The debate now is what do we do about it? And so many on the left are complaining bitterly about public school system. This movie, Waiting for Superman, was done by the hard left. And I understand it made the public school people very angry that this movie came out. But they don't have our solution. Their answer is more control, let's get the UN involved, and let's have more money. Because we have an entirely different solution. So there's a lot of things going now where the opportunity is great for us if we would give up the foolish idea of fixing public education and start advocating only for private Christian home education. Potential results, let's go to the next slide. This is my final slide. We were told by some national leaders that if we could drive the sales of the movie up to 200,000, perhaps 250,000, that we could see a tipping point in the culture, And if you know the history of Gladwell's book, The Tipping Point is when there's a sudden shift away from one agenda, one paradigm to a whole new paradigm. I think we can watch this battle over same-sex marriage as being an example of a tipping point. I mean, I can remember just a few years ago when they were fighting just to be able to have any kind of equal rights at all, and now they have got the right of same-sex marriage if you accept the Supreme Court decision on that, which I don't. And we are now in a battle as a group just to even protect our own rights to marriage. But we can see the same thing happen in our case if we could grow our movement, have a sudden shift where the public suddenly gives up the idea of state education. I've already shown you some data that makes it realistic. I don't know if it's going to happen in my lifetime, but I'm expecting it to. And we'll have a sudden shift away from state education to private Christian home education, and we can reset the table and reset the national agenda where we'll have a chance to battle back. Yes, we are in deep trouble as a nation, as a people. I don't need to tell you that. And we see the deplorable condition of state education and what it's done to our children and to our culture, but there is hope. Isaiah 59:19b says that when the enemy comes in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord will raise up a standard against him. November 14, 1970, the Marshall University football team was in a terrible plane crash, and this was in the movie We Are Marshall, and lost 37 members of the team, 8 coaches, and 27 boosters, and the worst single plane crash involving an athletic team in U.S. history. We've had something like that happen to our movement. It's as if our plane has crashed, too, with sound constitutional scholars, thinkers, and politicians. The people that hold to what we hold in the political and policy agenda are few and far between. Yeah, our plane has crashed as well. In the movie We Are Marshall, if you haven't seen it, I urge you to, there's a scene in the movie that made quite an impression on me. And it's worth the purchase of the viewing of the movie just for this scene. After the football team had been rebuilt and staffed with only freshmen, losing every game, and many by lopsided scores, the actor playing Coach Red Dawson, he was one coach who was not killed in the crash, but he was not on the plane. He said to the head coach in the movie, "I can't do this anymore. Our very existence and presence on the football field defies the main axiom of football. Winning is not anything, winning is everything." And then Matthew McConaughey, this is an important phrase, who plays the head coach, Jack Lindell, says, "For us now, winning is not what counts, but simply taking the field." For us now, winning is not what counts, but taking the field. That's what this group has done. I commend Ann, countless others who were with her 50 years ago in starting Americans for Constitutional Government. It's been a very important organization in South Carolina, particularly in upstate. And so football continued in Marshall. They lost more football games in the 1970s and in the early 80s than any other football program in the United States. In 1984, 14 years later, they had their first winning record in 20 years of playing football. This was followed by 8 conference titles, 5 straight bowl wins, and 2 national championships. You and the Americans for Constitutional Government and others who are fighting this battle valiantly are not unlike the Marshall football team. Today, I think I've given you a plan or an agenda that could give us new hope. If our nation is to survive, this is one road out of the wilderness of cultural, moral, and political slavery. And we too can rise again. We may not live, some of us, to see this, but we can still lay foundations for the future, for our grandchildren and our children. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today. Please come by our table and get some of our materials.
Hi, my name's Evan Mulch, and I'm the creator of the YouTube video that you just watched. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you continue to watch more of my videos. If you would, since I do most of these videos at no cost, Please see if you can support my business, True Phase Marketing. We have an all-in-one marketing system that does text messages, emails, and voice broadcasts for small organizations and small businesses. I hope it can help you, and just to help, we have a small commercial playing after this video to show you what it does.
As a business owner, marketer, or administrator, you constantly ask yourself, how can I successfully promote my product or service? It's simple. With the all-in-one marketing solution, we go far beyond just mobile marketing by also integrating social media, instant messaging, automated voice calling, and email marketing. We combine all of these powerful features into one integrated user-friendly interface. Collect, connect, and direct your customers to your product or service. First, collect contact information with a number of our surefire methods. Use mobile keywords and QR codes to automatically build your database. Second, connect with 100% of your contacts, not just mobile phones. If you have a special sale, announce it with email blasts. Go viral with social media. Engage your audience with picture and video messages, and send everyone a text alert on the day of. With all-in-one marketing at your fingertips, you can now make sure that all your messages are heard right away. Third, direct all your contacts to take action with innovative marketing tools, such as mobile coupons and e-cards. So your customers won't have to remember to clip coupons because they're already stored on their phones. When we say all-in-one marketing, we mean it. For the same price that you would have paid for mobile or email alone, you now get it all for one price in one place. All-in-one messaging, all-in-one marketing, all-in-one results.